So for those who don't know you, just give us, let them know who you are and a bit of your story.
Okay, so my name's Charlotte Crowl, also known as CC. I'm a holistic lifestyle advisor, an author, and a cancer survivor.
And for those who don't know your journey, can you just give us a bit of insight into where this journey began?
Okay, so let me go all the way back to 2007 when I was 17. I found a lump under my arm and I went to the doctors and basically he just said there was my arm spray, so I went away, but the lump was still there and it kept giving me a dead arm. They said the lump was down to the deodorant.
Wow.
This is why I don't like.
Is this Western medicine, isn't it?
You're telling me Shaw and Dove brought all this on, but
Yeah.
so you went in there with a lump, did you say?
Yeah.
And so how did that conversation go?
So I went in there and showed the doctor the lump. He obviously felt it and everything. It was like the size of a golf ball. So imagine like you can feel that under your arm. And you could kind of see it as well. And he was just like, oh, don't worry. It's probably just your arm spray. Change your arm spray. So I went away thinking nothing of it because I had no other side effects. So it went into, that was like July 2007. And then around November, I found out these little nodules in my neck. And I went back to the doctor. And he started to look a bit panicked. He was like, okay, I'm going to send you for a biopsy. Still, I didn't think nothing of it at all. Went for the biopsy. I remember I had like a 2-week wait. Remember I went back there on the day. I'm laughing and joking with my mom in the like sitting room. And I even remember what I was wearing this pink tracksuit, Adidas. I'm like, hey.
Feeling all flying.
Yeah. And then the doctor calls me in. But this is when I knew something was wrong. He asked a nurse to come with him. And I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. You know, we sit down. He's like, I'm sorry to tell you, you've got something quite serious called lymphoblastic lymphoma. And I was like, huh? What's that? And then he was like, it's a type of cancer that a lot of young people get. I was like, okay. My first question was, I'm gonna lose my hair. Like, because as a 17-year-old, I'm thinking about my appearance, and all I really knew about cancer was people lose their hair. Like, that was my knowledge. And he was like, yeah, you may lose your hair. Everything else was a blur, what he said. I was like, rah, I can't believe I've got cancer. And I left the room, and I'm just like talking with my mom. She starts crying. Then I start crying. I don't even know why I'm crying. Then we get in the car and I go to drive to college. Well, she's driving me to college. And I remember at the time, I was like, no, this could be all right, you know. It could be an opportunity. Like, I wonder if I can meet Missy Elliott because I'm studying music production. So I was thinking of when you get like your wish. I was like, I could meet Missy Elliott. Like, this is it's good. And then I go to college, told my tutor. He was like, okay, that's crazy. We'll still work something out. Went to my friend's house and I rang on my cousin and I was telling her what happened. And she started crying and then I started crying. And I was like, okay, I can't bring everyone up because I can't just keep crying. So I just sent everyone a text. And everyone to this day is like, I can't believe you just texted me saying you got cancer. So that happened when I had my friend for the day, kind of like a normal day. And I remember I went to her auntie's house and they were watching Hobie City. And there was a man on there who had cancer. And in my head, I was thinking, shit, this is gonna be my life. So, got a phone call from my mum. The hospital called them, said I had to go to the hospital about 9. But it was a teenage cancer ward up in Houston, so a special ward just for young people who have got cancer. So I was like, okay, pack my bag, arrive at the hospital, get to the ward. I was like, oh, this is like a hotel. I have a private room, big TV on the wall, like, and this is NHS, you know, so like big TV on the wall, like my own bathroom. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a breeze, I thought. And this was like around December 2007 now. And in my head, I'm like, I wonder like how long I'm gonna be in here. So I remember I was meant to be going out raving on New Year's Eve. And because I hadn't started no treatment, they just kind of had me in there on steroids and stuff. I was like, can I still go raving and then come back? And they was like, no, we don't really advise that. But I was like, it's a perfect location because it's Houston. But,
It's mad though that
Yeah.
you're thinking like this because you're still young, but
yeah,
no one's explained it to you where you truly got it because you're still
Exactly.
thinking, well, I need to go.
exactly. I never knew the seriousness of what it was. Then there's like, we're going to start your treatment on New Year's Eve. So I was like, okay. And then that's when I think stuff really started hitting me. When I started my chemotherapy. And I was on a high dose of steroids. And within the first few months, I just got the worst side effects. All the side effects saying, it's a very small chance you're going to get this. I got those.
Yeah.
And one of them was steroid-induced psychosis. So I got a psychosis because of the steroids I was on. And it was like another person was living in my head, telling me what to do. Like, she was so moody. I named her Sharona. Like, it was another version. It was crazy.
Can I just clarify? So
Yeah.
they gave you a drug
Yeah.
that gave you a different voice, are you saying?
It gave me psychosis. So which is like having someone speaking in your head.
Yeah.
Madness.
And yeah, it's like, it's a mental health thing as well, but it was induced from the steroids.
It shows you the power of what these drugs are.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm very sensitive to like medication, like drugs anyway, even weed, like I'm sensitive to that. So that started, I asked them to lower my dose, but they weren't really trying to listen to me.
Jesus Christ.
I had a moment where I literally, Sharona, not me, felt like she didn't want to be here no more. But I wanted to be here. So I'm having this argument basically with myself in my head. Like, I still want to be here. And Sharona now, she don't want to be here. And
But you know what's powerful?
what?
The fact that you separated her.
Oh yeah,
You've known that's not me.
yeah. I knew that wasn't me.
That's
Is
so
it
big.
a voice, or could you see someone?
It
Or
was a voice.
Just
I
a
couldn't-
voice.
Yeah.
You can't
I don't really
but it's a
like
voice you
looking in
can't
the mirror.
identify with.
No.
Because
I
most
couldn't
people,
identify.
Most people
give in
take that
to
as
what
their
the
own.
advice
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know how
But
powerful
I'm
that
me.
is?
like that. Yeah.
I was like, that ain't me, boy. So I remember this one day, like, I ate tissue. I don't know why. When I was young, I read somewhere that someone died from eating tissue, yeah. So I ate this tissue. And I said to my mom, I'm going upstairs and bring me up a Horlicks in half an hour. I thought that was going to be my last day. I laid on my bed and I felt my spirit leave my body.
Mm.
And when my spirit left my body, I saw my uncle who passed away when I was 5. I had an out-of-body experience.
Mm.
And it showed me what my family's life would have been like if I died in that moment. I saw my funeral. I saw life after I died. It was fucked up. Like, I was like, nah. I was like, I need to be here. And then I remember I come back into myself and my mind just switched. And I said to my mom, you need to get him to lower this steroid dose because it's like fucking with my head.
Mm.
So they finally lowered the dose. I started feeling a bit more like myself. I was like, yes, this is gonna be a breeze. I'm gonna breeze through this treatment.
Wow.
Then just 2 weeks before my 18th birthday, I had a very strong chemotherapy drug. I remember I had gone shopping in Font Hill Road to this shop, which is called Portable. It's like a little yardie dancehall shop. I was getting my outfit for my 18th birthday. I even still had the outfit because I knew I would never wear it, but it was proper dancehall style. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna turn up. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, my arm was dead. And
The same one.
no, like that's a good point, you know, I never thought of that. No, it was my right arm. Yeah, my right arm, so the opposite arm, it was dead.
Mm.
And I went to my mom, my arm's dead. And we were laughing because I was picking up and I just dropping. And then I got up to go to the bathroom. And I was walking like I was drunk, all staggering over the place. And she was like, no, something's wrong. So she called the ambulance, but they said they were going to be a minute. So she's like, right, let's drive to the hospital. By the time I got to the hospital, I had to go into a wheelchair to get inside because I was so weak. Within 3 to 4 hours, my whole body had shut down. I was paralyzed. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't even swallow. All I could do was blink. That was it. Doctors didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
They was like, has a cancer gone to the brain? Is it this? Is it that? After doing loads of testing and basically saying they don't think that I'm going to be able to walk or talk again, they said I had something called a methotrexate-induced encephalopathy. Now, methotrexate was a drug that I had, and encephalopathy basically means it was like my whole nervous system shut down, like some sort of brain disease or something.
Because of that drug?
Yeah, because of the drug. Too many toxins for the brain to handle.
Yeah.
And this makes me the same drug that's healing me.
So everything they're giving you,
Yeah.
did they give you what could go wrong prior to giving you these drugs?
So with this, like I said, my side effects are extremely rare. So one of the ones that will be read on the normal paper, but if you research, you'll find them. Except for the one where my body shut down. No one has seen this before from these drugs. No one has seen this side effect before. It's extremely rare. They didn't know what was going on. That's why they were so confused. So that happens now, and all they're thinking about is curing the cancer. And I'm there laid up in hospital, can't move, can't talk, can't do nothing. But somehow I'm still so calm. But in this time, it was almost like I was going for a spiritual journey as well, because when you're forced to not be able to move or do nothing, you have nowhere to go but go within yourself, which is exactly where I went. And they finally like reduced the drugs that were like sedating me. They reduced those, and I was still doing the chemo because of, remember I said I don't want certain drugs, and they basically scared me into thinking if you don't do this you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So I was shook. So I carried on with my doing like my physiotherapy, all of these things, and I think I'm just gonna fast forward like 9 months. I started walking a bit, but I was in a wheelchair, and I got a viral infection, and it basically knocked me right back to the beginning again. I couldn't walk again. So it was like these drugs were just, they were stopping me from repairing myself. And it got to the point where I was seeing a kinesiologist who, they basically deal with the energy in the body. And she said the drugs you're having are attacking your nervous system. So I went to my consultant and I said, these drugs are attacking my nervous system. And they said, yeah, we know.
Wow.
And I was like, what? You never thought to tell me? They said, our job is to cure the cancer. It doesn't really matter what state I'm left in afterwards.
What?
So I said,
That's
okay.
not a doctor though.
And I said,
Satan
okay.
comes in a nurse's uniform.
Innit? I said, okay, cool. I said, I'm not having no more treatment. This is after I'd had 2 years of chemotherapy. I said, I'm not having no more treatment. Still had like about a year left of treatment. I said, no. They said, if you stop the treatment and everything gets worse, you're going to start right back at the beginning. I said, well, that's a risk I'm willing to take because I don't want to survive and be a vegetable. So I'm not having no more. Went away. That's when my holistic journey started. And I just changed my food. I was still eating meat at the time, even though now I don't really eat meat. Changed my food, my environment, spent time back home, my grandparents in Jamaica. I mean, the herbs, the good energy, the sun, was drinking water. The only thing that I'll drink is literally water. The friends, getting rid of them toxic energies, like all of it, the mindset, the exercise, every angle that I could go to, I went to. I just kept trying to work on myself. And within 6 months, because I was still getting the scans to check the cancer, I was in remission, and that was 11 years ago.
But.
Jeez.